Hey folks, we're going to take a look at Haiku Deck. Haiku Deck is a presentation style app. It's on the left side, it has the little origami crane. When I launch Haiku Deck for the very first time, it is going to ask me to register. If you already have an existing Haiku Deck account from a different device, you can sign in. Otherwise, you need to register now. So I am going to go ahead and sign in. I have an existing account, so give me a moment. Haiku does something kind of neat. It does synchronize your Haiku decks across various devices. This can be useful if you have your students working in a common class account. That means that all of the kind of pieces sync across, and that's useful in some ways. For you, it's useful because you can access everyone else's Haiku deck from one place. But it could be challenging because it also means that your students can access one another's decks as well. So that's sort of up to you how you wish to structure that. To create a new Haiku deck, on the very bottom toolbar, all I have to hit is the plus. And I do need to give it a title, so I'm just going to call this one Testing. And it's going to go ahead and open it up. Haiku Deck has a lot of different themes that you can use. Some of the themes are free and some of the themes are ones that you have to pay for. So you'll see the paid ones across the top, but there are plenty that are free that work just fine for what we need to do. So I can pick a theme, and then I have opportunities to tap to edit. So you're going to notice that there's kind of space that's structured for text. So I can go ahead and put a title in. I can choose the format of the slide. You'll see that listed here on the side. So I could have the title, I could have a bullets list, I could have a numbered list, I could have 3 lines. I also have on the left side an opportunity to add images. In image search, this is one of the coolest things about Haiku Deck, is that you have the opportunity to search for images within their kind of bank. So I'm going to go back real quick, and let's say I was doing a presentation about cats. And if you go to image search, it's going to look for pictures of cats because it looks for the text on the page. And I can tap any one of these that I want. You notice some of them have the dollar sign, so some of them would cost you money. But I think that one's good. I'm going to pick this picture. You're going to see it on the right here, and I can move it and scale it. So if I wanted to zoom in on the picture and then move it around, I could. I can turn the black bar off or on. Okay, so that's one way you can do that. You can also import pictures from your camera roll if you would like to do that instead. It's up to you. But one of the great things about all these pictures that show up in the search is that these are all copyright-friendly images that your students have the right to use. So that is fabulous and very, very helpful. I can also change the layout with a third tab, and I could add notes to myself as well if I wanted to. So you have these pieces here that are pretty easy for you. A lot of times you'll get this little piece, and I don't know if you saw it flash up on the bottom, it says Patience Grasshopper, large file downloading. So yes, they do need to learn some patience. Right now, I have one slide in my presentation. You can see it in the bottom toolbar down here, but I could add a second slide if I wanted to. And the same principles apply. I can change the text formatting, I could change the background image, the layout, and so on. And I would just repeat until I'd finished with my whole presentation. When you do finish with the whole thing, on the upper toolbar, you're going to see some options. You see this is saving. That's the first box with the arrow going up. So it's saving my slides, saving my Haiku Deck. And I have to give it like some categories and decide how I want to share it. The reason why I like this little screen, that very, very first box, is because it gives me the link to it down here on the bottom. There's a copy link. And that's really useful for our students because then they could go paste that link in, perhaps to a note to the teacher in a Google document or someplace else, so that the teacher could check that work. So in short, this is Haiku Deck, a great presentation piece for your students. So some things to keep in mind. They need to create these within an account. I would suggest a common class account is a good way to manage them. That way you as a teacher can access all of their work from one account. The other option is to have students perhaps use their own accounts with their district Google account, but have them share that link in that copy URL section with you at the end. All right, hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.